Hey everybody, it's Missy Wolf with Center Stage Magazine, and we are live with Ann Wilson. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing so well. First of all, are you excited about your new album? Because I am super excited about it.
Yes, I am. I am. It's been getting really good response, both from the listeners and from critics. So what more can you ask for? You know, I'm really happy.
Well, you should be. I think it showcases everything you can do. And the album it doesn't have just one sound. It's got so much in there, and it's beautiful. And I want to know about the whole Muscle Shoals thing, because I heard that Muscle Shoals recording there is very magical. And your album just seems like it is magic. So I want to know how that experience was for you.
No, it's Muscle Shoals is definitely has a vibe about it that is, it's really, it feels really safe there, and it's small and funky and unpretentious. And the people that run it just get you set up and then they get out of the way. You know, it's like a big hand for creative people to be in. That's I don't know. There is a magic about it. And I'd never been there before. It was a bucket list thing of mine. And so I met this guy named Tom Bukovac, who I asked to get a band together, musicians together that he knew, and we'd all go there and they'd help me develop my demos. Yeah. And I didn't have any idea that I was going to make an album. I just had these little demos I'd written during lockdown, you know, and so we went there, and sure enough, it was one of those things that rarely ever happens. Me and the musicians just hit it off, and they liked my demos, and they helped me get ideas for them and played them. And then pretty soon we realized that there was something bigger than us going on. And we just thought, okay, we're making a record. So after a while we had 11 songs.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's been on my bucket list for a while. And when I was watching your video for Greed, and when I saw Muscle Shoals pop up in there, I was like, wait a minute. So I started reading more, and I thought, oh my God, I had no idea. And that place really has been, people have talked to me about it for years, and I have not made it there yet. And after seeing your video, I was like, okay, I have to go now. Now I have to go.
Yeah,
I think it would be a lot of fun.
It's really special, especially when you consider some of the other people that have worked there over the years, over the decades. You know, right. You go into the ladies' room, and there's a big picture of Aretha Franklin in there. You know, when she was young, and she was in there recording and everything. And it's just pretty. It's pretty special.
And she's the reason why that was on my bucket list, because I love Aretha Franklin. Yes, and when I found out, you know, just about all the magic just within that experience, I thought, you know, it would be really great to just go there. And even if we weren't working and we were just taking photos and getting to experience it, I just think it would be so much fun to just be there where all that history has been made. And so I'm glad you got to experience that. And I am so glad that you chose Vince Gill for Love of My Life. Oh my.
I was really honored that he said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know he's a busy guy, and he's country music royalty, and it was just like an idea that I had to take that song "Love of My Life" and lay it out in a more organic, down to earth way, and duet on it. And because my voice is more rock now, you know, I thought, well, the man that I duet with has to be an angel. So there was only one choice, and it was Vince.
Oh, clearly.
And I was so thrilled when he said he'd do it. You know, I thought, what's the catch? And as it turns out, there was no catch. You know, it was just good.
Everybody says that about Vince. I've talked to so many people who he's done their albums with them, and everybody says the same thing. And I think he's so busy because he does not say no. Like, he genuinely loves working with people. And I asked him about it once, and he really does. He's so genuine. He just loves working on people's albums. And I honestly believe he feels so humbled and flattered that people want him on their records, and it's the most beautiful thing I've seen here.
Yeah. Well, when you meet someone like that, it restores your faith in humanity, I think, really. That sounds dramatic, but it's true,
It's true.
I don't feel a selfish bone in his body.
Not at all. He's definitely a sweetheart, and I'm so glad that you did that album or that song with him, because I mean, when you break a song down and you redo it, some people don't do it justice. I'm trying to be nice here. There are some artists that don't have the ability to break down a song and redo it in a way that is beautiful and stunning and creates a new fan base for it,
That's right.
And you did, and that's rare. And I was very excited. In fact, I got a little bit emotional listening to it, because I had just read your words where you write best when you're angry. And that really struck me, because I have to write when I'm angry. And it's a very emotional thing. And I wanted to know if you could explain that a little bit more to people, how your writing process works and how you feel when you're in that moment.
Yeah. Well, when I said that, I meant that when I'm angry and venting, the filters go away. And that's like one of the biggest problems I've always had with songwriting is editing myself too much. Like sometimes I just get blocked because before, like I'd get an idea and I'd go, oh no, that's stupid. And so you don't write anything down at all, and you end up being blocked because of it, because you've got all these critics sitting around in your head. But then in the cases where I've been sort of angry, like Barracuda and Crazy on You and Break and other songs down through the years, Down on Me and Greed, I was pissed. I was thinking about something and it just broke my heart and pissed me off. And so I don't get in my own way. I just put everything down.
I love that you explain that, though, because that is honestly the most simple explanation for it. And it is so true, because we do, like, even with writing articles, you don't want to sound controversial, and you don't want to this and you don't want to that. And pretty soon you're not writing from your heart. You want to write from your heart. And sometimes it's hard to do that when you're not in, that kind of mad venting moment, because you have too many outside influences that you're thinking about rather than what your goal is. And you have all these imagined real or imagined people up there shaking their fingers at you. Better not get too controversial. You might scare people away, or whatever it is. Don't get too sad or dark or whatever it is. Stay happy and be safe. Like those are that's poison to writers. That type of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And man, I love that you're so real and you're willing to be open about that too, because there's a lot of people who wouldn't. There's a lot of people who want to say those things, and I find it refreshing because it makes me feel normal. And there's a lot of people out there who are the same way, and I really feel like what you're saying is going to make them realize that that is normal and it's okay, and be who you are, and don't be afraid to be who you are.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things that has happened in my life, my long life, is that I have finally just come to the realization that I better just do what I want, who knows how long I have, so may as well just do it. Absolutely. And not be so scared and not follow everyone else's rules,
Well, you kind of created some of the rules and created this path for female vocalists from the beginning. And I mean, honestly, you're an icon, and I know that, but everybody knows your voice and your music. And I think every female in the music world wants to be able to sing like you. I would give anything to be able to actually belt out a song like you do. But damn, I remember listening to your songs when I was first introduced to you, and I thought, who is this woman? And man, the way you dressed and your hair and your make everything about you. I just wanted to be you. I just always wanted to be you.
No, you don't want to be me.
Well,
I want to be you.
I think a lot of artists though wish they had your talent, and you definitely, you created the way for a lot of other female vocalists, and then being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like, what was that?
Yeah, that was surreal. And I guess when you get the word that you're going to be inducted, when you're nominated, you know, and then inducted, most people I know go through this thing where they go, oh, well, what do I really feel about that? Is it really legit? Should I be flattered, or am I selling out in some corporate way? You know,
It's them in their head again.
you meet that. Yeah. But then, like, as it turned out, it was just a flattering thing, and it was a great night. And it was like, the main thing is like the day before you're inducted, maybe you get paid $10 for singing, and then the night after you get paid $100 for singing. You know.
Hey, you know, it works. It works.
Yeah.
Way, right? No, it's good. And I think fans were really excited too. And
yeah,
I mean, and that's the thing, you know, when you have people voting for you, and it's not just the industry select few that picked, you know.
right. Yeah.
I mean, to me, that would be a huge moment. Like, the people who love you voted for you and got you there. And that, I mean, I can't imagine how amazing that feels. And I'm so happy that you got to have that experience.
Well, thank you. And that night too was really special for Rush, because they were inducted the same night we were. And the Rush fans were just the most incredible, rabid fans I've ever seen. You know, they're just so into it. And they bought the whole upper balcony. It was just full of Rush people only, you know. It was really great. Yeah.
There, you know what? There are some diehard fan bases out there, and you know, and I'm gonna mention this because I wanted to earlier, but obviously the music world lost somebody yesterday that broke my heart, and that was Alec John Such, who was the original founder of Bon Jovi.
Yep.
And when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame, I mean, bringing Alec back and Richie back, and that, I mean, I know those fans were rabid and crazy as well. And I mean, I know everybody was trying to get there and trying to get seats, and everybody was posting about it. So I know those fan bases can be intense, but that's such a great feeling too, to witness. And
yeah, I was there the night that Bon Jovi was inducted. And I remember John Bon Jovi gave this acceptance speech that was like half an hour long. Something. He's talked and talked and talked. Yeah, they were happy.
Yeah, he definitely is a man of many words.
Yes, he is.
It's fun, but I'm glad you got to experience that. And I was actually going to ask you, has it been easy for you to support other acts that you like? Has it been easy for you to be a fan yourself of other artists? Because, you know, that's not something people think about every day.
Right. Yeah, when I like somebody, when I really like what they do, and I think they're authentic, and they're not just a show business construct or something, I really get behind them. And like, I'll listen to their whole album. I'll go back and listen to their older stuff and just treasure it. It's timeless, you know. A few artists are that way for me, like Lucinda Williams is that way. Joni Mitchell's that way. It doesn't matter to me if her album came out in the 70s or yesterday, because that's of that person. And so I can really get behind an artist.
I love that. And I think your fans feel the same way about you. They don't care when they come to see you at a live show, which, by the way, you're coming to my hometown on the 13th and 14th of June. You're coming to Nashville, and I'm so excited. And I know all your fans are excited too. And they, honestly, you could sing the phone book. Your diehard fans, as long as they get to see you and hear you perform, they don't even care what you're singing. But the new stuff, my goodness, your new stuff it's fantastic. And
well,
I gotta know, what was your favorite song to record on this album?
My favorite song to record, boy, that's a hard one, because so many of them were just so fun. Forget Her was really fun. Okay. Bridge of Sighs. But of the stuff that I wrote, I guess Black Wing was really great. Greed was great. I mean, there wasn't really an uncomfortable experience in the batch, you know.
I love that. And I loved Angel's Blues.
Oh, yeah, right. With Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That your sound, just everything about that song is just, it's different and good. And I loved it. I absolutely love your album, and I love how different it is and how good it is and how your vocals are showcased. I mean, just throughout the whole album,
well, there's a lot of Nashville in that record. All the players except for my drummer, Sean T. Lang, who's from Seattle, were Nashville. And the guy who mixed it, Chuck Ainley, Nashville, you know. I mean, it's just a beautiful place right now where there's a lot of cross-pollination going on in different genres.
Yeah.
It used to be known as the country music mecca, you know, and it still is, but there's an awful lot of rock people who have migrated out from Los Angeles because they're tired of that mindset, you know. And so there's just so many different kinds of musicians, as you know, just all getting together and jamming and exchanging ideas. And
which is
it's great. I found it a really fun place to be. Yeah.
It is. And like, if you could be a fly on the wall anywhere, that's why I love what I do. There are times I've been in the studio, and there was this one time where Mark Slaughter was in the studio, and he was coaching this new band, and like just watching him give the vocalist, the lead singer, the advice on how to do his songs. Like, I was just standing there in amazement. Like, I never pictured Mark Slaughter in that atmosphere before, never. And he was just, it was just such a cool thing to be able to watch, because, and that's the thing that I like to talk about with artists as well, because fans who are listening to the music, they're fans of the music, fans of the artist, that they don't get to see that side of the industry. And there's so much going on in the music world. There's good, there's bad, and there is a lot of fun and a lot of loving community within here. And it's just so amazing to be able to sit back and watch things unfold and watch them take place. That's why when I saw Muscle Shoals in the video, I was like, I had to talk about it, because I knew I knew there was a fun story there. Yeah.
And a real door opening for me, because I've always been I'm from the West Coast, you know, and so I've always been in that sort of world, and the musicians that are out there and the way they do things out there. Mm-hmm. So this was new for me, and it was a real level up, not only geographically, but the musicians, you know, they're just on a way different, higher level, and they challenge me all the time. Tom Bukovac, Tony Lucido, amazing people and players.
Do you think you're going to want to come back for the next project you work on?
I don't know. Yeah. Why not? It's just a matter of, the songs that get written and what's appropriate for them.
Well, you're a fabulous songwriter. And I mean, just really paying attention to the lyrics of Greed. You know, I mean, I think we've all been there. I think we really have all had those feelings, those moments, and you know, and I think what you had said was correct. In what I read was, if you've never felt that, if you've never had any of those experiences, you're lying. like
right, yeah.
I think we've all had that in our life at some point, and so that song to me is extremely relatable. On a lot of levels, and I thought it was just great. And man, in your video too, where do you get all your clothes? I want to know where you shop. I really love all your sparkle. And I tried to be more like you today. I did. I just love your style. I always have. And I was like, I need to sit down and wear something that she's going to appreciate, because you know,
and then I'm just wearing a shawl, so you know.
No, it's all day. It's all good. I just didn't want to show up here looking like I wasn't, you know, being professional or anything.
Right.
And I really do admire you so much. I always have. And I just think you're fantastic. And I cannot wait to see you. So tell fans where to find you and where they can get your music and all that, because if they don't have your new album, they need to get it now.
Yeah. Well, you can go on the my website, nwilson.com, and find it. You can go to Amazon or like where you buy music, iTunes.
Okay.
It's there everywhere. So
I love that. And do you sell physical copies that you can autograph on your website at all?
yeah, in fact, I just got through signing boxes and boxes of them to go on the website to be bought and given away and stuff like that. So
You guys,
they got,
you got to
and
get the physical copies.
yeah, they're sold at the shows too.
Oh, see, good to know. I was just talking about this with my husband the other day. We just went to a few different concerts and no one had physical albums. And I'm like, why not? Why are there not physical albums with all your tour merchandise? It just doesn't seem that it just
Doesn't make sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand. If you want your music out there, get it out there, put it at your shows.
Yeah. And especially when you've got an album cover that looks like this, that's
Yes.
by Roger Dean, I mean,
Yeah.
God, you better sell a album sleeve.
Right. Well, you can count me in for some. I will be getting mine at the show that night because I'm not a collector of just digital music. I like to have the physical copies. I save them all and I display them all. So
Yeah.
I will be there. I am going to be having the best time. I cannot wait to see you. And man, everybody at home, get your copies. If you don't have tickets, get tickets. You're going to be in Nashville, June 13th and 14th.
Mhm.
And where else can they find you? Where else are you touring?
Charleston, Atlanta, Chicago, Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. That's going to
Double-
be
yeah,
a
just
party.
all different kinds of places. Yeah.
I love that. But for here in Nashville, guys, it's at the Basement East, June 13th and 14th. You got to get tickets and make sure you get your physical copies while you're there and your merch and everything. And I am so excited. And if you see me, come say hi too. But
Okay.
we're going to let Ann go because she has a busy schedule and I could talk her ear off forever. So until next time, guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Everybody.